something dey really happen. E be like say the leaders wey we get before, na dem get eagle eyes, na dem get understanding to rule dis country pass. Because during their time, dey try well well. Because we no fit see dat kind leader today again. All wetin we dey see na anyhow ruling. Dis one when I wan tell una so, to me e dey sweet me very well. Because one of the lawmakers don talk something wey be like say e dey sweet me. Dis lawmaker na im dey represent Edo North Senatorial District. He's a person of Adams Oshomole. Im don come out dey declare say during the time when im be NLC president, im don compel the government of Lagos State when dem dey talk about minimum wage dat time. Because e talk say the minimum wage wey dem dey talk about dat time na 5,000 naira for civil servant. E say im don compel the governor when e dey on board at Lagos State dat time, President Bola Tinubu of today so, na im be governor dat time. E say im don compel am say dis thing, why you go say you go pay 5,000 naira minimum wage? Wetin dem dey use am take do? E say im compel am to take it to 7,000 naira. And the governor has no option than to pay that amount. Because im don see say wetin 5,000 naira fit do. That is why im don talk. E say no be the kind of say you dey compel, you dey talk anyhow. Say no, they come to table and they were saying something that look at the citizen of Nigeria. If you pay 5,000 naira, wey dem fit do at that time o. And now you see im come see say they still dey talk about the same thing. The same thing. 5,000 naira when they pay during the maybe about 15 or to 20 years ago, they still dey pay that 5,000 naira. And they don see say price of commodity don high. Wetin 5,000 naira wan do? E say na wetin im talk about that time, na im be that. So lawmaker representing Edo North Senatorial District, Adams Oshomole, has recalled how he declared a massive strike to compel the Lagos State government under Bola Tinubu to pay above the 5,000 naira minimum wage. Adams Oshomole, during his time as the president of Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC), also said he decided to fight some policies of the federal government under President Olusegun Obasanjo to ensure that workers' dignity was respected. You see, he don't talk say during the time when he be NLC president, in the fight against some policies when I say they no go well for the Nigerian citizen. And at that time, the person when be president now, Olusegun Obasanjo. Now, this kind of thing when don't talk so, we don't ever, since when he come out for office, all the others NLC president, when they come, we don't hear them. Sometimes, the NLC president recently, they go on an organized strike, but the federal government go cope their head. They no go organize them again. So, we don't see that kind of people again. Now, that is why you see this country, they experience something else. So, he stated this at a national Institute of Security Studies, Abuja, during a lecture organized for members of the Executive Intelligence Management Course 17. Speaking on the lecture titled National Minimum Wage, Reward System and Productivity in Africa, Oshomole said and unskilled workers could earn a high as 2,560 in a month in California. Now, this lecture organized so now Adams Oshomole now be the speaker of that lecture organized so he can talk say, for example, people wey be like say they no get skill in one of the states of the United States of America called California. Work when they work, they go fit dey earn $2,560 in a month. Imagine person wey no go school, person wey no get skill, now they receive this kind of money. If you convert this money to naira, you know how much you get. Why people when I say they go school well for Nigeria, somebody go and spend 5 years, 7 years in university, you know even fit collect 50,000 naira in Nigeria. That one na shame o. Na im come dey talk so. Say advanced country, see how much that they receive. The lawmaker called on the federal government and his colleagues in the Senate to work on the law that would ensure workers and properly remunerated according to the work done as it is done in advanced country. He specifically said poor remuneration has been the major factor responsible for present Japa syndrome being faced by the country, adding, adding that only proper laws on remuneration in place on would curb the trend. He said that it is because the federal government they no sit down very well to see that wetin supposed to be put in place they no dey put in place. That is why a lot of Nigerians dey suffering, because if somebody work, you give am according to the work wey e do, problem no go dey o. Imagine, e be like say even the private company wey be like say dem dey help small small in Nigeria, government hand no dey o, because the company owners dem dey pay workers anything they like. Because the other day I went to one company, a big company o, you will see the kind of mess wey dem dey do for them, and they just dey pay workers anything they like, most especially this Chinese company. Me, I want the Nigerian government to visit all the Chinese company in Nigeria, because they don dey use the head of Nigeria take work. Imagine somebody go work from day one of the month to the end of the month, they go give that person 35,000 naira. It's very bad. How a foreign country go come into this country and begin to use the head of Nigeria for their own benefit? So federal government should go into that, because things dey go on. Nigerians dey suffer. They dey suffer for this country. This country, when we say na our own, we become slave overnight again. It's very bad though. A serious employer of labor should not pay minimum wage. They should pay much more. A major employer like the civil servant should not pay the minimum wage. I expected that the federal government will over time adjust their minimum wage. When I was NLC president, we agreed that oil producing states like Delta, Bayelsa, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, Lagos, and those who have a huge revenue should pay not less than 7,000 naira minimum wage, same as federal. Interestingly, when we pursued this policy, the president was the governor of Lagos State at that time. He showed me all the books and told me he could not afford to pay. I had to compel him then. We organized strikes against this president, asking that he should use all the money necessary to pay salary, even if he can't do any other thing. You see, the lawmakers, Adam Sosomole, he said that time when we be NL president, in at that time minimum wage wey dem dey pay na 5,000 naira, as I talk before. But they can't talk say how you go pay somebody when they work minimum wage of 5,000 naira, make them pay more. Even federal government should pay more. He said that time the person wey be say the governor of Lagos State na this present president Bola Tinubu, I be the governor that time. He said when he call am come office, he come show am the book, say see wetin we get, I no go fit pay that 5,000. He say he compel am to pay that 7,000 naira wey tell am, because 5,000 naira no go fit do anything. Yes, now this kind person now we want to be a leader. You see, when he talk that time, Bola Tinubu paid the 7,000 naira. You can see today we don't have that kind of leadership in Nigeria. That is why you see say everything don't turn around. My people, now here we won't stop so far. I thank you very much for listening. Please do stay tuned on this